Hello everyone, this is TheNelston. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with a new episode of the Hardcore Rebirth of the Night playthrough. Of course, I'm really excited to release this as it's only been a few days since my first episode did really well, but I've been working on this pretty much every day since then, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Before we get started though, I do have a couple of announcements and a question of the day for you all to consider. The first announcement is that all hardcore episodes are going to be released in batches of 10 days instead of 5 days. So this way, hopefully videos are a little bit longer and you guys have more content to watch instead of just, watching like 5 to 10 minute fillers. The downside is that each episode is going to take slightly longer to upload and edit because of the amount of footage I'm going to have to go through, but hopefully it'll be a positive change, and feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below as well. The next thing I wanted to say is that my Discord is now live. Currently there's not that many people there, but feel free to join and liven things up. The link is down in the description. And finally, the question for today is, what is the game that defined your childhood? It can be, a video game, a board game, or any other kind of game, even the game. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. See you soon. With the invasion coming in just 3 days, I knew I had to move quickly if I wanted any chance of surviving. So I went ahead, made some stone bricks, put them in a chest, and started transporting all of my items over to the new area to start construction. After dropping off the chest, I headed back and made an iron helmet and some iron boots in order to get a little bit of extra protection without triggering any new game stages. I guess mobs feel bad for you if you have mismatched clothes. After grabbing a couple stacks of scaffolding, I went ahead and started outlining my base. I wanted it to kind of hug the edges of this upper part of the mountain, so I started laying down the scaffolding as such. After finishing up the base shell, I headed back and made a bridge along the way. I was going to replace the scaffolding with something a little better looking in the future, but for now it would have to look like the most exquisite bridge in all of North Korea. After getting back, I decided I didn't really want to waste the night, so I headed straight down into the mines. I was feeling pretty cocky, so I decided to go take on the monster box. The second that I saw a witch riding a cave spider barreling towards me though, I realized I'd screwed up really badly. The witch splashed the potion of COVID-20 on me and I just ran. I booked it for the hills. I was like, nope, I'm out. After the poison ran out, I decided that I would play a quick game of ducktail, except using a bow instead of a gun and hunting witches instead of ducks. So, not really ducktail. As I was continuing along, I suddenly started getting sniped from the darkness. Fearing for my life because I thought it was a resurrected Viet Cong soldier, I quickly took cover behind my shield. I started returning fire with my trusty bow 16, and fortunately it didn't actually jam, so I was able to take out the skeleton. Although that was more because of my saber. It turned out that the mobs were just guarding a dead end, but I did get some diamonds out of it, so I would say it was at least somewhat worth it. Realizing that I was nowhere near ready to go tackle the dungeon I'd found earlier, I started crafting more arrows for peaceful self-defense purposes. To start off day 2, I constructed a new pen for my chickens. This one would hopefully get me a lot of feathers to make more arrows. I grabbed all my scaffolding and bricks and started heading back to the construction site. The invasion was only 2 nights away and I knew I had to work quickly or else I'd be torn apart like a noble in the French Revolution. Before finishing up the walls though, I needed to make sure that the ground was both flat and secure. After some light terraforming, I went underground and started blocking off the cave entrances and lighting up the areas that were within the confines. It was nighttime and the base wasn't ready, so I started heading back, which was a good call because it turned out to be a blood moon tonight. To ensure that it wasn't my blood that was going to be spilled, I headed underground. Tonight I was ready to explore the dungeon, so I just went straight in. It was a good thing these skeletons had worse aim than stormtroopers because I could take them out no problem. It was either that or the fact that shields are more broken than Venezuela's economy. After taking out all the bad guys, I quickly lit up the spawner so no more skeleton platoons would spawn. I took out the next spawner with no problems because the spiders were chunkier than a Redditor's obese cat.
Down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris.
Just kidding, they were zombies, but they still scared the crap out of me. After getting up to the second floor, I found some cool stuff, but no spawners. After organizing all the loot, I booked it out of there. I made some redstone components and grabbed the bucket of water. You'll see what this is for. After that, I decided to take on the Blood Moon head on and reenact The Walking Dead with less betrayal. Here, I ended up getting the best item in the game. Day 8 rolled around and it was raining so hard that we could have ended California's drought a long time ago. I used the redstone components to set up an automatic hemp farm to start grabbing some hemp to make my better with mod setup. A windmill takes even more hemp than a frat party, so I needed to start early.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
After that, it was right back to terraforming, of course. Finally, it was time to put in the walls. I hope you enjoy this quick building montage.
Bruh. 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 Bruh.
Gasite bricks are so strong that even a direct TNT blast, which destroys the stone around it, doesn't even leave a scratch. After finishing up the base, I decided to spend the rest of the night screwing around with redstone, but got nowhere because I'm a complete idiot. But hopefully you enjoy the short montage anyways. I started off day 9 by putting down some anti-spider tiling. For easier access to bricks, I set up a furnace on the inside of the compound. Call me a Freemason because I lay down bricks but get paid squat. While going back to pet my chickens, I came across this interesting brick structure that I decided to come back to later. I didn't feel like risking anything right now. I got 3 feathers for my chickens, which I turned into ammunition immediately. With my new base finally constructed, I began the long process of moving all of my stuff over. I started, of course, with the valuables. All in all, it only took me 2 trips to grab everything that I needed. I began to sort my items as night edged closer. Night fell and the invasion of the undead horde was here. I was still sorting out my stuff and I didn't really feel like there was any reason to put myself unnecessarily in harm's way, so I went about with my day. As I patrolled the walls, I noticed that a small group of zombies, of which one had a pick, was making its way towards me. Soon the walls started to give and I fought back. Of course, the saber is a very fair and balanced weapon, so I had absolutely no problem dealing with them. I learned the new technique of thrusting my blade through the iron door to stab any that tried to make their way in. I was not letting my base fall tonight. Any attempts to breach the outer defenses were quickly neutralized. I got bored, so I decided to take the fight directly to them.
You seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Day 10 had finally rolled around, but of course I had not gotten enough of killing. After clearing out the invasion stragglers, I went back to the village to grab some final things. Aw, how cute, you here to avenge your friend? I started by moving the 2 chickens as well as their 2 new friends into my base. After a couple minutes of accidental idling, I set up all the stuff that I had in my old base, including an auto furnace and my kiln. I finished things off by moving over my grove sprite and penning in the chickens. After that, it was time for my favorite thing to do, organization. Just kidding, I'll literally pay someone to do this for me, please. Then it was time to go look for the stone brick structure because I completely forgot where I had found it. I decided to pick a fight with this haunted tool because I thought it'd be funny, and of course I destroyed him in a fight, but his friend got super mad and started charging me. I mean, come on, this guy hits like a truck. He even completely disabled my shield for a second. I hightailed it way out of there. I was not ready to die. When I got back, I started turning all of my hemp into durable fibers, turning the fibers into cloth, finally turning that into the first of 4 wind sails that I needed. And just like that, day 11 was finally here.